Hi, everybody, and welcome back. My name's Melissa, and this year I'm sharing 365 tips for frugal living. Graduation season is upon us. Very exciting, right? So, today's tip for frugal living is instead of just having this like huge graduation party where you get everything catered, see what you can make yourself. So, one of the things, now I am from the Midwest, and so a lot of our graduation parties are two things essentially. Um, Mastacholi and fried chicken. I don't know why. I feel like that was like the thing my whole life growing up. Mastacholi and fried chicken at all these big parties. So I was looking today. So for those of you who don't know, I like never eat out. But I had a hankering for this thing called a beef roll, which is like kind of like a calzone, but instead of having pizza inside of it, it's got like Italian beef, and it's really good. And then you dip it in au jus. It's absolutely stinking amazing. And if you've never had an Italian beef, I am so sorry. It's a Chicago thing. I don't know where else they have them. I know I couldn't get them in Southwest Florida. Heck, even our Portillos in Southwest Florida and like Tampa had no idea what they were doing. They put ketchup on their hot dog, and then they tried to argue with me and act like they knew more about it because they worked at Portillo's. Dear, I have been going to Portillo's since before you were born, probably, and they don't put ketchup on their hot dogs. That is not a Chicago style dog. You have no idea what you're talking about. I digress. Anyways, the so I was like, oh, I really want a beef roll. And so I was looking and I was checking to see if there was any coupons and anything. And there wasn't, but I mean, that was okay. Um, I haven't eaten out in God, probably it's now like May 2nd, and I hadn't eaten out. I think the last time I ate out was July. So May to June, July, in like 10 months. Um, so it's not something I do often. And I know I'm going to pay for it. I can tell, like, the salt is coursing through my body, wondering what I have done to it. But it tasted damn good. Um, so I got that, and on it said, like, then below it had this thing, and it was like a catering thing, and it had mastacholi and lasagna and everything else. It served 6, and a tray of mastacholi for 6 people was $30. And I don't know if that included meat in it. I don't know if it was just the noodles, sauce, and cheese, or if there was also sausage in it. Because then it also had a thing for like meatballs and sausage. And to get like, I don't know, 5 or 6 meatballs or sausage or something like that. But mastacholi, at least baked mastacholi, is super easy to make. It's you cook mastacholi noodles, obviously. If you can't get your hands on mastacholi noodles, you can use rigatoni or penny and get a similar enough kind of a texture. Then you want to spray a pan with some Pam or whatever. Mix a jar of sauce with the box of noodles. So right now we are at, based on my grocery prices, $1 each. So $1 for the sauce and $1 for um the box of pasta. They're both supposed to have enough for 8, but we're gonna just say it's 6 people. And about a bag of shredded cheese, so that's $2. So I'm at $4. And these people are charging $30 for something I can make for $4. Now, if it has Italian sausage in it as well, for that size, it's probably going to be about 3 sausages worth or half a package of sausage. So, let's say the sausage is, I don't know, $4 because it's been so stinking expensive lately. I mean, it's like 7-8 bucks some places regular price, but you can almost always find it for like 4 or 5. Even at 5, using the whole package of sausage, that's 9, and they're charging 30. Let's say you want to get a disposable pan, add another dollar. So now you're at $10 instead of 30. But here's the great thing. Mastacholi can be both vegetarian and not vegetarian. So what you could do even is go and buy yourself some of those big pans that are disposable kind of a thing at the store, and make your mastacholi in a big pot. And then you're going to stir in some sauce. Obviously, you're going to want to use more than a box and a jar. You're going to want to make enough for people. So for every, I don't know, for every 5 or 6 people, use a box of pasta and a jar of sauce and a bag of cheese. That's about a good thing. So about $4 for every 5 people there. Then with the one with meat, you're going to you can grill or bake the sausage in its lengths, and then you're going to want to slice it. Just Italian sausage. You can use mild, hot, or sweet. I prefer sweet personally. It's not that hard. You can throw some grated Parmesan in there if you want as well. And then you bake it in the oven until the, you mix the cheese in, you throw some cheese on top, bake it in the oven until it's like, a kind of a golden brown on top. Bam. You are set. You have just made, a huge side. So then, maybe you don't have time to also, make whatever, and obviously frying chicken would be a pain, but you could grill chicken, or you could grill hot dogs, or you could, in chicken right now, chicken, this is the season that you can get bone-in chicken for about $1 a pound. I just saw the chicken legs for 49 cents a pound the other day. Thighs, 99 cents a pound. Bone-in breasts are harder to find, but when you can, they're 99 cents a pound to $2 a pound. So, not super expensive. Some bags of chips. If you want pretzels, crackers, whatever. You don't have to have it be fancy. Taco parties are another really fun one. For graduations. If you have a smoker and know how to smoke, you can make a brisket or something. There's tons of stuff that you could make for your graduate and pay a fraction of what you would if you were going to have it catered. You want to make garlic bread? It's really not that hard. You can, whether you want to cut the loaf of bread in half long ways and put the garlic butter on it, bake it. Whether you want to, you can wrap it and wrap it in aluminum foil, toss it on the grill. You can cut it in slices. My mom used to just slice it, but not all the way through. Put the butter and garlic on the inside, wrap it in aluminum foil, throw it, and then you kind of pull it apart. Not hard at all. So there are options. Mastacholi also can easily be made gluten-free. So if you have some people who can't do gluten, you can add that. Vegan, just, noodles and sauce, no cheese. So you have options there. But it's pretty simple, and there's so many simple things that you can make for a crowd that you don't even think about that are really, really cheap. And for me, mastacholi is just one of them. And that's why I was kind of shocked that it was so expensive. Burgers and dogs. um, you have options. Throw some corn on the cob on there. That's another thing you can do cheap. But you know, grill out, cook out. You'll probably even cook the masticholi on the grill, like if you did it in the center, so that there was like no heat on that, but like the heat was around it. Um, but yeah, so as your graduates are getting ready to graduate, congratulations to them. But as you're getting ready to throw this graduation party, one way you can quickly cut expenses is by not having it fully catered. Or maybe if you're going to have it catered, see if you have to have it all the way catered. Like, can you get the fried chicken? Can you order it from a grocery store and just do that on the side and make the masticholi yourself? So maybe you don't have the time. Maybe there's going to be like 100 people there. Maybe you have a big family. You can't do it all, but you can do part of it. So, you know, maybe you can't save yourself $1,000, but maybe you can save yourself $400, kind of a thing. You know, I mean, look at what you can do. You could, you know, bake cookies to have. Cupcakes are pretty simple. So you could get like a smaller graduation cake and have cupcakes on the side or a dessert table. One thing I did for my kid one year for their birthday, I actually got this idea from a friend. She used to have this huge 4th of July party, and she had a candy room. It started out as a candy table, and then it became a candy room. And you go and you get a cup or a bag or a bucket or whatever. I can't remember. And you had to fill it with candy. And she had like all these different kinds of candies. And it was so like, oh my gosh. So when I did it for my kid, we got a bunch of different candies at like the dollar store and on sale and stuff. And, you know, I had bought some, I can't remember whether we had some leftover maybe from Easter. I don't know. He's a late summer birthday. Maybe it was a late summer Easter. I can't remember. But at the time, I was able to get a bunch of different candy from a Dollar Tree for $1 a bag. So, you know, I had like Tootsie Rolls and Dum Dums and Smarties and different chocolate things and stuff. And the kids loved it. They thought it was great. So there's another option. Like, instead of party favors, we had the candy table, and oh my gosh, like the parents kind of liked it because their kids didn't go home with a bunch of cheap crap. Kind of didn't like it because their kids did get a bunch of candy. Some loved it because then they were able to take that candy and it was, well, we have to share with our siblings, or we have to put it up, like just like you would at Halloween, where you aren't going to just let your kid eat a pillowcase full of candy. So yeah, there's that. So today's tip for frugal living is, as your graduate gets ready to graduate, instead of just paying to have it catered, see what simple parts you can make yourself. And even if you can't do it all, if you can do some of it, and I mean, masticholi, I mean, seriously, so incredibly easy to do. So easy. And if you buy the disposable pans, then no mess to clean up even, really. So you're looking at, and if you buy the disposable pans, you're going to just mix it in there. You don't even have to put the pan on. So you're going to be boiling pasta and draining it, dumping the pasta into the pans, dumping the sauce on top, dumping the bags of cheese in and stirring it in, slicing up the sausage you've cooked and putting it in, again, mixing it in, some cheese on top, toss it in the oven. So simple. And that's not the only thing that you can make that's really, really simple. And you don't have to spend a ton of money or a ton of time. Anyways, again, my name's Melissa, and this year I'm sharing 365 tips for frugal living. If you want to hear more, please hit like and subscribe, and I'll see y'all tomorrow.